As soon as the credits started to roll, this film gave me mixed feelings. It started off quite well, and I thought I was about to watch a good film, and I was quite intrigued about what was going to happen. But after an hour, it started to get a bit silly. The movie begins with Dr. Martin Harris, played by Neeson, and his wife Elizabeth, played by January Jones, travelling to Berlin for a science convention that he is set to speak in. Realising he's left his briefcase at the airport, he heads back to collect it, not before being the victim of a car accident that puts him in a 4-day coma. 4 days later, back at the hotel to meet his wife, she doesn't recognise him, and a man claiming to be him has taken his place, complete with a passport and other documents proving he's the real Dr. Martin Harris. I thought the movie Taken was quite good, even though it did remind me of an updated version of the film Commando, and was looking forward to seeing Neeson reinventing himself once again as a 60-year-old action hero. But if I was being quite honest, there wasn't a lot of action. There was 2 fight scenes and 2 car chase scenes, which, to be honest, I don't think that's enough to be considered an action thriller. Neeson plays the role pretty good as the old badass, but he was let down by some of his co-workers. And why they cast January Jones as his wife, I've got no idea. She was awful. She doesn't change facial expression once. Even when death is inevitable, she doesn't change it. She keeps stone-faced all the way through, and I think she was pretty bad. With Diane Kruger, she's the Bosnian immigrant who helps him all the way through the film, but I think she needed a bit more training to get that accent right. Only when she says, "I'm a Bosnian immigrant," do we know that she's a Bosnian immigrant. Otherwise, you would have thought she was French, German, Spanish, Argentinian, God knows. I was quite glad when I seen Bruno Ganz in the film, considering it was set in Germany. He's a very good actor, as we've seen in the movie Downfall, where he portrays Hitler. And if you haven't seen that film, I highly recommend it. The Art of the Taken identity thriller genre is about style, pace, and misdirection. And though unknown is occasionally baffling and involves running around and a car chase, the film rarely manages to thrill. The riddle was far more intriguing than the answer, growing increasingly ludicrous as it proceeds, ending up shattering the suspension of disbelief necessary for such thrillers to avoid becoming comically implausible. Unknown is indistinctive and empty, forced to rely on multiple car chases, fight scenes, and a literal time bomb going off as the lack of ideas explode. And for that reason, I give the film 5 stars.